Okay, we can start it because I know they got to hurry up and get out.
All right. Yes, I'm waiting for Norman to take his beautiful face out of the camera because we can see you. God bless you and good night. Okay. All right. So, first of all, this is a time whose moment has come. I mean,
yes.
15 years in the making for this story. And Queen, you stepped in and pulled along Missy, and you pulled along Mary, and here we are. So before we say anything, tell us why you and Missy wanted to do a story like this.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. You want to start, Miss, or you want me to?
I mean, I just remember the day that you called me and you was like, "Hey, I got the rights to the Clock Sisters movie, and I know how much you love them, and you want to be down." I'm like, what? Like, of course. Are you kidding me? Because we always used to talk about how we was always listening to the Clock Sisters, working out, driving, even at the party moments, we went back, and we have had to come back and listen to all the Clock Sisters records. And so when you asked me to be a part of it and then bringing in Mary, I'm like, it don't get no better than this, because this is gospel royalty, and we're looking at such a tremendous legacy. And I feel like a lot of the generations that has come after should know about the Clock Sisters. Like they are the blueprint. And so when you asked me to do it, I was like, what? Yes, of course. Like, and two, Latifah, you are so legendary. And so who better not to spearhead this? And so it's amazing.
I called you because you know them. You know them. What do you mean? It was she couldn't find it, because I really called her because I was like, oh my God, we got the rights to do a movie. Help. We can go wrong. No, I was biting nails. Hollie, you worked this project long, and I was like, and I was on my partner Shot Kim. I'm like, we have got to do this, but we got to do it right. The pressure that I felt, but the responsibility was so heavy that I love the Clock Sisters so much, and they are so much. You all are so much a part of my life, my family's life. No matter where we go, no matter what I'm doing, there's always Clock involved in it. And so to actually have an opportunity to help you tell your story, I was nervous. I was nervously excited, but I knew we had to try to make it happen. I would do anything to make it happen. And me and Missy and me and Mary, we have spent hours on the phone just talking music, about God, and talking about Clark, and talking about the influence, and talking about the notes and the choices, and how it's impacted different songs at different times, have impacted our life, have impacted us as musicians. The way we hear music, is different because of how you and your sisters have made music for us to hear. Nobody was doing this. Nobody was, and to me, I was taking a little hike the other day. I can't go but up the hill and back. And I was walking, I was thinking, and I'm like, the Clock Sisters are national treasures. They are international treasures. They are a treasure to our history, not just as musicians, but as musicians, period. They have taught me how to sing jazz. They have taught me how to know that I can be in this club, but I'm gonna bring it home. You know what I mean? Like, when the club was ending, You Brought the Sunshine would come on. And that
Yep.
lets you know, hey, everybody, all right, you've had your fun, get it together and go home. You know what I mean? So it puts you in even leaving a place like that, a secular place like that, puts you back in the frame of mind of, okay, let's get positive, let's get back on track, let's get it together and take it on home. And so it's just like, you know, you and your sisters and your mother and your family, you're all part of who we are. And you're part of who so many people are, that this story had to be told and had to be shared.
Wow.
And I had to call my girls. I needed some backup. I'm like,
Oh, I wasn't enough, Latifah. I wasn't enough backup.
no, you were in the front. Like if you in the front. You are, Hollie, if anything, you the general. You the boots down. You are the general. You're the one who is
Hollie.
That's good.
you had a project like this the whole time, and you've been knuckled up the whole time. Like, I'm gonna make sure this happens. This is not gonna happen. I'm on the set every day. My thing was this simple. Do the sisters approve of the script? Okay. That's all I needed to know. If they stamp this thing, then it's on. If they don't stamp it, we're not doing it. It's that simple.
Wow.
You were hardcore with that. I love how you and Mary and Missy really invested in the material, in the heart, to make sure stuff down to the artwork was right. I mean, you were very intentional. And when people ask me, so were they really involved? And I am proud to say, yes. Absolutely. And you all supported this so much. Clearly, when I would go through my time of frustrating, like, God, when is this going to happen? And to know his, time, the people say timing is everything, but God's timing is perfect, because he knew Kiara had to be grown up in order to play her mother. He knew I needed to meet my partner, Shakim, so that Shakim could then tell Latifah, and then you can bring Mary and Missy. And it's just providential. It was a providential move of God. Dorinda, what's your thoughts on this?
Oh my goodness. I'm just sitting here, you can't see my tears, but I'm crying because, just to know that these ladies, we're talking about Black star power. You can't get no higher than these ladies. When you think of the world, I mean, such great respect. And we were talking about it yesterday, how me and my sisters, we always were glued to wherever they were. When Queen had her show and we came on the show and all of that stuff. And then Missy was in the studio with her and a lot of things we did. We wasn't really in the studio. Missy, she was doing her thing just in the studio. Look, I need Dorinda to do this part. I need Karen to sing. I need Karen to go up high, and I need to stay down in the bottom. And, it was just amazing to see how even this vehicle, as Zoom and all of these other social media, with us being quarantined. It was like that with Missy, but it was amazing how this girl put that song out, and.
But let's. I don't mean to cut you, but no, y'all know y'all got in there. And one thing I did an interview the other day, and I said one thing that I learned about working with the Clark sisters is I always thought it was one person singing until I got a chance to be in the studio with them and saw that I'm looking at different women in here in this booth. They're all in the booth together.
Wow.
And they sound as one, because growing up I'm thinking, oh no, there's got to be one person singing all the background. And so that was always amazing to me, and always been amazing how tight y'all sounded as one. And I got a chance to witness that. So anybody out there that's thinking it's one person singing on background, no, every last one of them, and they sound tight. Yes.
But you know what, Missy? And that's so funny that you said that because Jermaine said the same thing. I said, what are they hearing? You know, he said the same thing. He said, y'all sound like y'all one part. You're just one part.
One
And
person. It sounds like one
just,
person.
yeah, one person. And it was just amazing that you all are saying that about us, how, you know, you all can detect that. And that's what my mom's dream was. It's like, I got to do something that is unprecedented. Is that these girls that I grew up in this industry, they gotta know that they can't play because people are talented just as talented as they are. So you gotta bring something that's never been done.
Right,
So
right.
that's one of the things that, yeah.
And
So
let's be clear, how many decades y'all have bought it?
Let's be clear.
Let's be clear. And this is and you don't have to say it, I'm gonna say it. It's still hanging with anybody out there. Like I'm gonna say it. All of these decades and still hanging. And that is amazing. And I know that your mother is proud of y'all, that y'all could be successful solo, y'all could be successful as a group. Y'all have stayed fast in God's word. Y'all have I'm quite sure your faith has been tested many times, but you know, she have instilled that within y'all, and y'all have kept that all of these years. And sometimes it's not even about telling somebody what to do. It's people like me and Latifah and Mary that have had a chance to watch how y'all walk. And so that's been very important.
Come on, Evangelist Missy. Come
Oh,
on, Evangelist.
come on, come on here. Where the choir at? Let me put these choir robes on.
Time for a solo. Look, time for a selection from the choir.
Right. So I have a question for you, Dana. We said just a moment ago, you used to play the Clark Sisters music on the set of your talk show before you would start shooting. Why? What made you start doing that?
I have played the Clark Sisters music my whole life. Like I was just walking down the block the other day. We declare victory.
Get out of here, please.
On again. Because you know what? In this time, the devil is trying to do so much damage, and but I know.
Go off, Lord. Yes.
You know, but I know that we get the victory in the end. So the thing that's keeping me is knowing that we win the game anyway. So you could do all that fly stuff, but I know who's gonna win the game at the end of the day. And the reason I know because I've been getting it through this music. If I can't be in church on Sunday, I had a cassette tape, then I had a CD, you know, now I can stream it. You know, but there's certain songs that have really taken me through parts of my life, and just even down to like Pray for the USA. You know, when I was younger, when times were really tough, a lot of my friends were on drugs. A lot of my friends were dying of AIDS. You know, high school friends. You know, and these were songs that to me spoke to the times then. And then there was another song to lift me back up. So Name It, Claim It is one of my favorite songs.
Mine too.
Oh, you guys just went to my next question. Thanks.
Yep, mine too.
Oh my God.
Go, Dana.
All right, you can go on hip hop record, but that song gave me high.
Oh my God.
I just have to I need God behind me going, come on now, girl, get on out there. You can push, you know, so that's the song that gets me going. And then so I play that all the time. Whenever I need to do, whenever I need to break something that's happening in my mind, like this, when I'm stressing too much about something, I just gotta just play a song like that. Or even Dorinda's song, I'm Still Here.
Oh.
You have no idea how many times, you know, when my mother was in the hospital and the doctors were saying one thing and then she came home. And then another time in the hospital and the doctors were saying one thing. We praying, and she came on home. She's still here. And song and I would be crying and I would just be so thankful, you know. And so when it was time, it was time. But I'm telling you, it was a bunch of times before that when they said it was the time. And it wasn't the time because you don't get to decide that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But wait, before you answer, Dorinda, I wanted, because that was the next question that I was going to ask. What is their favorite song? So we know that Name It and Claim It is one of Latifah's favorite songs. Missy, what's your favorite Clark song?
She stole that from me.
Oh my
No,
God.
that's one of
we could do
that's
both.
one of my favorite. Huh?
Down me. Can we go? You want to go and down me on it?
Oh my God.
We need some turntables.
Girl, she got your catalog, Dorinda.
Right. Wait till these sisters see this. They are going to cry, scream, jump, holler.
She's going to endow me. That's when you know you're a Clark sister fan, when you say endow me.
Right.
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to tell you, and higher, hallelujah, let's get the shout in here.
Oh,
But you know what, you said pray for the USA, and it's so, I was just thinking like just what the world is going through right now, and I pray that this movie just resonate to the people, and they go and they listen to these records, because they will be so uplifting to their spirits. And so when you said that, I just was like, wow, you know, just thinking how ahead they were to even be singing that, and how what we're going through now as a world.
Yeah. And you know what too, Missy, is that even the song now that they're really trying to put out there to kind of give people hope right in through here is Victory. We declare victory, like Queen was talking about, because that song right now is speaking into the lives of families, because to really be honest, everybody is affected by this. It does not matter how big, how small, how rich, how poor, what status we are, whether we go to church, we don't go to church. Everybody, it has come to everybody's door. And this is the time, and I've been saying this all day yesterday, that God is sending a revival in the land. The revival is allowing us to be in our homes, sitting there downloading things that we can be positive to the people that are going through. People that can see this movie can understand that there is no all the time good times. You know, you're gonna have triumphs, you're gonna have some trials, you're gonna have some good days. But in spite of it all, I mean, you ladies can understand what I'm saying. In your career, in spite of everything and all the success, there is something we can take away from it, is that God is in control of our lives. He's in control of our lives. And that's the thing that we want to share with everybody. It's just ironic that we would all be quarantined right now. Everybody. I mean, split screens. That's all you see on TV now. You know, we can't go to church and touch our neighbors.
Right.
We can touch the screen.
Look,
you gotta touch the screen now, you know.
Even though y'all faces still beat, but even look, I say God say this really is reality. We have stripped down to nothing, no lashes, no nails.
No nails. Do you see my nails? I have no nails.
Neither do I. No nails.
On my head.
These lashes are press on. Press on.
Right.
How about that?
It's something how God is in control of this whole thing, and to really be in our houses. And then we have these three powerful ladies, executive, of course, 4 with Hollie, executive producers that had the power. And this is what I love about it, because it's Black power. You have power to be at a network. Thank you, Hollie. Lifetime. And to be able to show this movie where everybody can see it. If it was in the theaters, guess what? It would be canceled.
Oh, it sure will.
You better speak.
Oh,
good word.
Yes,
So I have 2 more questions for you all, so I can let you guys get out of here because I know you got to get pressed to get dressed for tonight or prep for tonight. And this is for all of you. How beautiful is it when secular and gospel can come together?
Right, right.
I most definitely wouldn't know what I would do without having gospel and God in my life personally. You know, this industry is, and I guess probably in the gospel world too. This industry has its ups and downs, and I most definitely, when I hear gospel music, it does something to my soul, and it makes me feel like it's gonna be all right. When I hear gospel songs, I'm like, I know this is a message for me. And so I just feel like for me, I don't know what I would do without having God and gospel in my life. On the contrary to the songs I might sing, please do not hold them against me.
Listen, it's all about working, honey. Look, if you don't work, you won't eat. Praise God.
That's what the word said. That's what the Bible said. Man don't work, he don't eat.
Absolutely. And you know, I told people that yesterday. I said, listen, everybody is doing, you know, we're doing our craft. Missy's doing her thing. Queen's doing her thing. Mary's doing her thing. We doing our thing. But at the end of the day, we know where the relationship really is. That's what
Right.
that's all that matters. You know, and I told them, I said, listen, I said, the reason why they can't come to church because y'all would bug them. They wouldn't be able to get their praise on. Can I get an autograph? Can I? No, sit down. Go over there and get your praise on by yourself. Leave them alone. Act like they ain't in the room.
See, that's because they ain't coming to my church. Because when I used to drag Usher to church, I would give everybody the sanctified look. Don't come over here.
Don't you? Absolutely.
Don't come. Let Usher praise. Get out of here.
Right.
So they know, I know how to handle it.
They would be so mad because we be like, here they go. Oh, God, go over there. Send them over there. Get them back. Get them back. Get the wolves back.
Dana, what do you think? How do you feel? How beautiful is it to you that gospel and secular comes together?
Well, that's the whole point. You know what I mean? To me, is that you taking people who live in real life and trying to show them that there's a way and there's an answer and there's a path, you know, for any problem or anything that goes on in your life. And everybody is redeemable and everybody can be saved. You know what I mean? So how can you not have secular intersect with gospel? Yeah. Where do you think you're gonna get everybody from? You know what I mean?
Right. That's
right.
None of us are perfect, and none of us can say we've never done anything wrong. But you know, God knows everything about us and still loves us, and that is the message that people need to know. No matter, there's nothing, and that's funny. I keep reading this every once in a while, but it keeps coming back. There's nothing you can do to separate you from the love of God. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, and I know I've seen and done a lot in my life, and so has Missy. We can't help it, just being and just living the life and coming from where we come from. You see a lot, and you've done things that you've been surprised that you're even capable of. But God can still redeem you and forgive you and loves you regardless. And people need to know love is there, you know, and that you don't have to come. God is gonna meet you right where you are. You don't have to be some, you know, already saved, already sanctified, dressing. It's not about that. God knows your heart, and that's what people need right now. They need to know that they are loved, that they are cared for, that they're forgiven, and they need to forgive themselves. That they can come on and come to church and don't think that you got to be all perfect. If you get to the music, that's fine. This is ministry that these Clark sisters do. You know, it may not come through the pastor. You know, it may come through the music. Like, I get touched by music in a certain way. And I've said this before. When I was a younger actor, because I didn't go to acting school, I had to like kind of learn on the job, you know, but when I would have to prepare for scenes where I had to cry, like that scene in Set It Off when I'm about to get shot up and I gotta cry, I would have to think about really sad things like losing my brother, really dark or deep to get me to a point to want to cry.
Right.
But as I started to grow, I realized I didn't have to do that. There are songs that I can play from the Clark sisters, and no lie, I have a playlist of songs from the Clark sisters that I have that their harmonies make me cry. Their harmony is so deep that I am so emotional. As soon as that camera goes action, I'm ready to jump right into it. And I can shed tears because I just hear that music and it just moves me so deeply. I don't have to think about the saddest thing that ever happened in my life. Those notes hit me and it hit my heart in the same way. So like, it's really deep how y'all have been with me through so many things. It's kind of trippy at the same time. You know what I mean? And just as I can get like emotional, I can come right back with blessed and highly favored or something, and I'm good. You know, you can bring the sunshine, and I'm come back, or miracle or something that just lifts me right back up. So it's just, this is what people need. They need this hope. And as I've been talking to people who are home and some people in the hospital, everybody's gonna have access, to my knowledge. The people that I've been talking all have access to a cable or to a TV, and they're gonna be watching Lifetime tonight because they've been looking forward to it, and they're sharing it with other people, and they need this right now. And it's just gonna be nice to see this story and see, look, you don't have to be perfect, or everything wasn't perfect for the Clark sisters, but they stayed the course. So, and here they are today, being able to tell this story and have influenced millions and millions of people from all across the music genres. You know what I mean? The hip hop to R&B to jazz.
Right.
People hear them singing like, do that. How did that? Okay, I gotta figure that out. You know what I mean? I gotta figure that run out. I hear Clark in all kinds of gospel groups now that would have never even thought to sing notes like that, or never would have had unison that tight. You know what I mean? I mean, they make tight unison.
Right. And God has blessed you all to be here to see this, and that's a blessing in itself.
Right.
That all the sisters are here to be able to watch this, and that warms my heart to see y'all get y'all flowers here.
Wow.
Oh, you're here.
Right.
Amen.
You know,
So
and let me just say this one more, Holly, because, you know, we were talking about when Mary was on, and Mary was talking about what is it that really, we was asking her, what is it that really keeps us drawn to her? She said, well, first of all, you all are my earthly angels.
She just told
you are the ones that when I'm going through, like what I've been through, you all were the ones that pulled me through. And she said that, and just like you all are expressing that now, it's just amazing to know that we are inspired, and you all are inspiring us, but we are inspiring you to continue to do what you do, and to know that God is in what you do, because you know this is what we're all about. If we can't be a witness and a beacon light to help somebody along the way, saying your living is not in vain.
Right.
All of these songs, and Twinkie was such a genius at that, and I think she really doesn't realize how strong she was back then. You know, we tell her that, but you know how it is. She's just like, oh, my time is up, and I let y'all do all of this. she gave Jermaine the fluxes in the studio. She's like, that's too much, Jermaine. That's too much. Take that out. No. Leave him alone. It was just something. But you all, in some way, like they're gonna see this, and you know they'll be able to really see, especially Twinkie. She'll be so inspired to know that you all have done this today, to share how you all have really been inspired by her, because she has really been going through some tough times. And because this record and this movie is coming out at this time, you all are blessing her in such a way. And I just
tell Twinkie to keep going. I know as a writer and producer myself how you can get to those places mentally, like, well, you know, because you've written so much, she's done so much, and I've been in that place, and you just feel like, well, let me just let somebody else come in.
Yeah.
But you know, she's anointed, been anointed. I sometimes I have just looked at Twinkie just hurting that foot on them organs, and I'm like, how in the world? I was like, yeah. But please be clear, you and Karen, y'all got organ game too. See, people, they gonna get a chance
I be
to
messing up.
I'm just thankful, and I want to say this, and then I'm gonna get out y'all hair. I'm just thankful, Hollie. Thank you, Latifah. Thank you for even, because you could have easily said, "Look, I got the rights and I'm gone. I see y'all watch this when it come out," and you didn't. You called, and you called Mary, and I'm friends of Mary, and well, not even friends, these are my sisters because I've been knowing them for 20 some years.
Yeah.
But I'm also fans of them too, and just to be a part of something with them, and to be a part of something so legendary, because y'all are legends, y'all will forever be, and I'm happy because a whole new generation will get a chance to see the greatness, and when there was no auto-tune, when there and to know that y'all still when last time we recorded, just to see that y'all was still going in the studio, not one by one necessarily, y'all was in the booth at the same time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, like they in the booth together, and just to see, you know, for artists to see that. And I just thank y'all for y'all music. I thank y'all for, you know, just being, aside from music, y'all hearts are just as big. And y'all have, you know, Dorinda, I have called you times when my mother have had surgery, and you would call and get on the phone and pray with her before she would go into her surgery. Things like that people don't know about. So I thank y'all for just, you know, being such wonderful, strong, Black, fierce, and anointed women. I thank y'all.
Thank you, Missy.
Right.
I hate to end this, but I know you all have to go. My last question that I want you guys each to answer, because it's really important for what the audiences will experience tonight. What do you all want audiences to take away from this movie?
Go off, Dorinda.
You know what, Dorinda? Let me just take off the hat. Can you turn that phone off until we finish? Is it a problem for me to get the phone off until we finish?
I'm trying to keep the phone on just in case you like text me, tell me to do something. You've been texting me all night.
All right. Okay, Dana, you were gonna tell us.
Okay. Well, quickly to dial back to Twinkie, just me and Mary were just on the phone just before we started this, and you know, we were talking about that, you know, we need intercession right now. So you tell your sister that we are thankful for that record, Intercession, because we don't even know what we need right now exactly, but Mary needed something and I needed something, and I know a lot of people out there need something. So it's good to know that there's somebody praying for us. And she told me about a time where you prayed with her, you know, and she really did it, and she didn't even know exactly what she needed, but you brought her through. So she thanks you for that, and I'm gonna make sure she get your number so y'all can talk about it. Yeah. And for me, there's a song that your sister did called "For Whatsoever a Man Soweth."
That Shelly also made.
Body. Hey, so just let her know that I don't know what she think these people got that she don't got, but they don't got what she got. You know what I mean? And we need her to keep doing what she do, because she is special. She is like no other, you know? And so just keep doing her thing and believing in herself, because we all face doubts and fears at different times, but don't worry. It's all gonna be all right. Just keep doing what you're doing. What I think people should take from this movie is, number one, just a moment to watch how things unfolded, to watch how people can go through challenges and overcome them, to face adversity and still make it, to believe in your gifts and your talents, and to see how that hard work can pay off. I hope that they see how siblings can love one another, because we got a lot of families that are fractured out here. And despite any difficulties, the love is the most important thing, you know? And I think people should take a chance right now on mending fences if they can in their own lives. Now that we all stuck in the house together, a lot of us, work through it, work it out, breathe, be patient with your kids, be patient with your parents, your siblings, respect the older generation, respect the vulnerable people out there right now, but take some good old gospel music away from this. If you can't get nothing else from it, if you can't hear all the messages, just enjoy that music, because I know the music is going to get in you either way, but you can see how it, and you'll see some beautiful acting. Anjanou Ellis is amazing as Dr. Maddie Moss Clark, and her strength is unbelievable. But I think the love, the underlying theme of the love that comes through in this movie is something that everybody can take. And please go out and support the Clark sisters whenever you see them, hear them. If you had never heard them before, download all their music. They got new albums out. They got new music out. Go from the beginning up to now. Get Dr. Maddie Moss Clark music. Go on YouTube. See everything they doing. See Dorinda have people running around the church when she preaches. You know, have fun. But just take a couple, like a 2-hour break from all this madness. Okay. Tune into Lifetime at 8 o'clock, 7 Central, and just enjoy.
Wow.
Enjoy.
So much.
I love it. I love it.
You better go off, La.
Right. You guys have been preaching this whole segment, and now I feel like, Dorinda, as I was listening to you, Dana, I just felt like literally crying, because this is as believers, as we are all women of faith, the Bible tells us to, to go into all of the earth and compel men to come. And I think we can tell more stories like this, because their story, like you said, is relatable. Some of the sibling issues that they had, relatable. Some of the issues that they had, that Dr. Maddie Moss had with her husband, relatable. None of this is painted or made up. This is all true, from their story. And the way that you all were able to come together to help us to tell a story of faith and redemption, that's the gospel. Yeah. That's what I'm proud of doing. That's the kind of project that I want to make. And the fact that you guys gave your time, I'm just sitting over here crying like, this is what I know you. This when you know you're getting old, when you start crying over here. While Missy was talking, she sounded like her mother, because her mother is an evangelist. Clearly. Right, absolutely. Latifah, it's just a lot. So I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm probably tired too, because it's been so much trying to get to this point. But thank you, Latifah.
Well, I'll see y'all at 8.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you so much, guys.
Look, listen, I'm gonna go put on my suit that I had bought for the premiere